And those lobsters, those clams, and those mussels and those mollusks, they are an abomination to you. Those things are filthy and wicked. And the shrimp, the crabs, the lobsters, and the mussels, these are the animals that are used to clean out the sea floor. These are the animals that are used to clean up the waters in the sea. The reason why people have to go to the hospital because they're allergic to shellfish is because you're not supposed to eat it anyway. Verse 11, read.
Verse 11, they shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcass in abomination. Continue. Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
And lobster doesn't have fins or scales. They shall be an abomination unto you. And that is what our enemies did. You can read this in the Apocrypha. That is what our enemies did to try to keep rule over us and to try to keep us under their subjection. They kept us away from the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. And you can see right now, if you turn around and look, they're trying to keep us away from the dietary law. Fresh Maine lobster, German sausage, all of these abominable foods. And then you got a whole slew of fast food just up the block here. You got Checkers, and you got KFC, and you got McDonald's, and all this other fast food up here.
I can't use this one because I bought it and
they try to feed us all of this junk food to keep us away from the laws, statutes, and commandments. It is against the dietary law, so-called Hispanics, for you to eat pernil, and for you to eat salchicha, and for you to eat mondongo, and all these other abominable foods. The Lord said that you weren't supposed to eat these things. A pig was never meant to be eaten. A pig is a living garbage disposal. Pigs are such filthy animals, and pigs have such large appetites that pigs are used to dispose of bodies after a murder. That's how, if somebody kills somebody and they want to get rid of the body, one way that people get rid of the body, they feed it to pigs. And that's why a lot of people that are in criminal organizations, that's why they keep pig farms. Because when they kill their victims, after killing their victims, they feed them to the pigs. So that there's no evidence, there's no body, there's no type of evidence if you feed a human body to a pig. There's no type of dental records or fingerprints or anything. Pigs are such filthy animals that they can be bitten by snakes. And the venom, the snake venom, does nothing to them. That is the type of filthy animal that a pig is. You're not supposed to eat an animal that is that filthy and that disgusting. That's right. But that's what keeps a lot of our people. I'm talking about the pernil and the salchicha and the mondongo, because we're up here in Fordham in the Bronx, where our Ephraimite brothers and sisters live. But tribe of Judah, don't think I forgot about you. Don't think I forgot about them chitlins and them hog maws and that scrapple and that bacon and ham and pork chops. Yeah. You Negroes love your pork too, and I didn't forget about you either. But the Lord said we're not supposed to eat any of that. Because, and you know what they do to us as a people? Not only do they give us bad physical food, they also give us bad spiritual food. Because a lot of you so-called Hispanics, a lot of y'all are devout Catholics. And according to the Lord and according to the scriptures, you're supposed to be in this truth. You're supposed to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments. You're not supposed to be a Catholic because the Catholic priest is too busy raping your damn son. And same thing, the black church is too busy having sex with your wife. Eddie Griffin told y'all, the black church will have sex with your wife, and the white church or the Catholic church will have sex with your son. But we're not supposed to be in these churches. Let's get Acts 7:48. The so-called black man is not supposed to be in the Baptist church. The so-called Hispanic man is not supposed to be in the Catholic church.
Acts chapter 7, verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right. The Lord said, the scripture says in the Acts of the Apostles, howbeit that the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So the Lord isn't in your Baptist church, black man. The Lord isn't in your Catholic church, Hispanic man. The Lord is right here, because scripture tells you where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, I am in the midst thereof. And there's a few more than 2 or 3 of us here. You got sincere brothers and sisters that are here to hear the word of the Lord. Continue.
As said the prophet, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool.
The Lord is saying, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. This is what the Most High is saying.
Read. What house will ye build me, said the Lord, or what is my place of my rest?
Right. What house are you going to build the Lord? Or what is the place of his rest if heaven is his throne and the earth is his footstool? What place of rest can you build him? But y'all Negroes love to run around talking about the church is the house of God. The church is not the house of God. Because when this thing really ramps up, the church goes against the so-called gay and lesbian community. You still have churches that go against homosexuality and lesbianism. And when this thing really ramps up, they're going to start teaching against all forms of church and all forms of religion. Y'all going to go back, y'all Christians are going to have to go back to worshiping in caves and worshiping in secret places. Like they used to have to do during the time of the Maccabees and during the time of the New Testament. But we out here right now to tell you that it's going to happen. This thing is going to ramp up. Public Enemy just made a new studio album. The name of the album is What Are You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down? And one of the songs on the album is a remix to Fight the Power. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing up here. Even though Public Enemy made the song, and that song is a classic, and Do the Right Thing is one of Spike Lee's best movies, you really do the right thing when you come up here and you come into this truth. If you are a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American man, woman, or child, the real way for you to do the right thing is to come up here and to be a part of this truth. It's to come up here and teach this word.
That's right.
Come in. Listen. Instead of coming over here and screaming like a damn demon and screaming your head off, let's have a dialogue. Trust Jesus. We trust Jesus, but we don't trust you though.
That's right.
And why did you call us vipers when you were coming up here? You don't know any of us here from a hole in the wall.
Right.
So that's the problem with a lot of... How do you know that? How do you know that? How? Scripture says prove all things. Prove it. Prove I'm a Pharisee. Prove it. Prove it. Scripture says prove all things. As a matter of fact, let's get that. This man came up here and called us Pharisees. But scripture says to prove all things. If this man is going to accuse me of being a Pharisee, then it is on him to prove it. Even though the man ran out of here, let's read it anyway.
Right.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things. Hold fast to that which is good.
Prove all things. Now, for everybody that was standing right here, did I not invite the man to have a dialogue with me?
Right.
He came up here calling us vipers, calling us Pharisees, calling us all sorts of names. Did I respond with any type of hostility at all?
Right.
What did I say? Hey man, come here. Let's have a dialogue. And then I said, when I told the man, the man called me a Pharisee, right? And what did I say to him? Right. The man called me a Pharisee, and I told him to prove it. And even before the scripture came out, the man ran off. The man ran off into the dusk. Right. Because that's what time of day it is right now. It's dusk. The sun will be down in maybe 35 or 40 minutes. So it's dusk right now. Hey, let's get a Proverbs 28:1.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are as bold as a lion.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. And that's exactly what I did. I stood up here righteously because I knew that I was doing something righteous. This man is calling me a Pharisee and calling me a viper. I'm like, hey man, prove it. Let's have a dialogue. I mean, we had our Bible, he had his Bible. He had his Bible, we had our Bible, but that's what it was.
God, so according to sundown is actually 6:45 when the sun is going down. That's why it's called from sundown to sundown. So according to Esau's system, which Esau do check and calculate and got all his garbage